In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Donovan Mitchell and how he was able to blow up for 34 points in the other night's basketball game. So let's get down. Let's check out this amazing game because some of the things that he does, you can do as well. Make sure to go check out my ultimate shooting workout that is down in the description below. That's going to help you shoot the basketball from further away so you can shoot from Donovan Mitchell's range. Let's get down. Let's check this out. Okay, here we have Donovan Mitchell, and what is one of the things that he does extremely well right here? Well, when he's attacking, he's getting his shoulders lower than his defender's shoulders, which will allow him to have leverage when he's driving to the rim. Early on in the possession, or at least early on in the drive, on his first step when he gathers, he makes contact with the body of that defender. He creates contact first, which then creates that space between himself and the defender so that he's able to get this layup off, and he gets it high off glass. These are two things that you need to be able to do as a basketball player to be able to score more points. Number one, create distance by creating contact first and then getting it high off glass. The reason why you want to get it high off glass, generally at the top of that square or higher, is because if somebody else is trailing and tries to pin you on the backboard, guess what? If it's high enough, they're not going to be able to, and if they hit the backboard, then it's a goaltending charge. Now watch this quick move through the legs, killer crossover back, jabs towards the defender. On this jab, it's very important that you go towards the defender because that's going to back him up. As soon as he's backed up, you can then take that step back, and now you are taking a three-point shot with distance between yourself and the defender, and at this point, you're going to be able to get that shot off. If it wasn't for him taking that initial jab and then step back, this shot would have been blocked. But if we actually look at his shot drop, it's at about, actually that's wrong, we're looking at around 43 degrees, which is exactly where you want to be on a three-point shot. Now, when in this clip, he's dribbling towards his right side. This is where a lot of players mess up, is right here. Watch how his right foot is well behind his left foot, and yet he's trying to shoot towards this rim. He needs to turn his body in the air to get his shoulder and elbow in line with the rim so that he can get this shot off. He's able to do this extremely well. The only reason he's able to do this is because he's done this a million times in practice. To do stuff like this, to do shots like this, you need to be able to practice them. You can't just go onto the court and say, I'm going to go do a Donovan Mitchell shot or a Kobe shot, whatever. It doesn't work. You have to practice them. Now in this clip, he's able to score because guess what? He's able to stretch out right there past the defender, and he's able to then get that ball off the glass nice and high, and yes, it does go in. A lot of players only practice regular layups. They never practice these outstretched layups where they're taking contact. Have a defender, have a friend who just sits in the key, maybe with a pad, and then you hit into them, and then you try and make a long stretched out layup because you're going to be making these types of layups more often in game than an actual regular layup. Now this is actually a great move. This is called a swim move, or also known as a high gather. Notice how he splits these defenders, but he keeps the ball well above his head. If you can do this and splitting defenders, you can take two steps through two defenders, as we see right here, keeping that ball high above your head, and that is what is going to allow you to get past those guys. At this point, you're going to have some space, and you can throw up a floater if you want it, or in this case, he goes for the layup. It's a little bit more riskier for the layup. I would have went for the floater myself, but this works either way. The reason why he was able to get through this is because he did that high gather or that swim move, whatever you want to call it. And here is the actual slow motion zoom in right there. Notice how he doesn't just have his hand on the ball. He's cupping that ball to the forearm of his arm. That is what's going to allow him to be able to have full control over that ball. If somebody was to hit it, it would be a little bit harder to steal than if he just had it in his hand. He cups it into his forearm so that he has more contact points on that ball so that it doesn't get stripped. And then watch how long his steps really are. The steps are massive. You need to be able to take big steps when attacking the basket. If not, you're going to get cut off or blocked, one or the other. Okay, so two next clips are going to make your coach extremely upset if you were to do these with your team. But you have one rebounder, potentially two rebounders, and a third guy coming in. But really, you have one main rebounder, and nobody else is in vicinity to be able to rebound easily. Guess what? You get that drop back pass. If you're in rhythm and you're feeling it, guess what? You need to put that shot up. And that's exactly what we did here, or they did here. He had a rebounder set, but he was able to make that shot anyways. And then the next clip that's going to make your coach extremely mad by doing it is this clip right here. He takes a shot fake. He then drives. He then has his man running alongside him with his shoulders squared up towards the baseline. He then crossovers back, which gets this man onto his heels. After that snatchback, he then attacks the opposite side. But when he's attacking the opposite side, what does he do? Does he go with his left hand or his right hand? He actually uses his right hand on this clip. The reason why he's using his right hand is because this net is right here. That's a defender on the guy who's trying to block his shot. He also has his body in between the ball and his man. This now forces this defender to go over top of Donovan Mitchell's body. So now it's the net defending getting blocked, but also his body. By using his left hand, this defender could have came around and blocked the shot. By using his right hand, he's using his body and using the net as a defender from getting blocked, and he's able to make that layup, and he gets it extremely high off glass as well so that it's harder to block. Also, let's not forget that he gets out on the run as well. So now, at this point, after the steal, they're in a 2-on-1 situation. He goes wide. He doesn't go and get right next to the guy who has the ball and says, pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball. No, he gets down court as fast as possible. He creates his own lane right there, and he's able to go up for that massive dunk. I hope that this video has helped you become a better basketball player. If it has, hit that like button, subscribe. Make sure to go check out my basketball shooting workout that is down in the description below if you wanted to extend your range in your shot or shooting ability. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. Hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys again in my next video.